Hello, this is Inky Kiss. Welcome to Community Bruja. Thank you for liking my page. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the private questions. Hope I was able to give answers. And I hope you were satisfied with the answers. But I also promised I was going to also throw more light in my next video. So, welcome. Today, I'm in that mood where I just want to say thank you. Although I want to just ramble, but majorly, I want to really thank God. I want to thank God. Yes, I love God. I didn't used to love Him, in fact, but He loves me, and because He loves me, I'm good with that. And I'm glad that at this stage, I have gotten to a point where I'm beginning to receive His love. I couldn't before. I really couldn't. And that was the reason why I guess I was the way I am, or I was. But I'm glad that every day I'm getting to receive His love. I'm getting to appreciate the fact that truly He meant what He said. For God so loved the world. God loves me. He loves me so much. He sent Jesus to die and redeem me. And I have come to receive that love that He gave, the love that He has given and He is still giving. That's why I believe now 100% that yes, Jesus came to die. And because of that, I believe, and because of that, I'm ready to just follow and do everything it takes. I'm not perfect. That's the beautiful thing about Him. He's not looking for people that are perfect. I've come to discover it. At least as I study the Bible now, I begin to see the life of Jesus because that's where I study. If I'm believing in Jesus and knowing that He's the one that restored me back to God and He came in form of a man and lived here and it's through Him I'm being restored to God. So definitely I should get to know about Him. And now that I'm beginning to get to know about Him, I see that He's just a simple, wonderful person that doesn't condemn, that doesn't he doesn't give and expect in return. He just keeps giving. His love was genuine. He's still genuine. I keep using the word present because he's still at it. It's a genuine, it's a real thing. It is a real thing. Now a lot of people say, I've not seen Jesus. You haven't seen it. Yes, you haven't seen Jesus. But then again, even if you haven't seen Jesus, you don't see air, but you breathe air. Duh. A whole lot of things you don't see. Gravity, you don't see gravity, but you know that if you throw this, it's gonna drop. So living in a lie of I don't see things, so why should I believe in it? It's in fact you're doing yourself a whole lot of injustice. You're cheating yourself and you're robbing yourself of a lot of beautiful benefits that you can get believing in Jesus and actually serving Him. Now I'm talking to those that still have a problem believing, just like the young person asked me the other day that how am I sure God exists? How is it? How do you wrap your head around believing in someone that you've never seen before? And I gave this illustration, which I still talk about, like you didn't see your great grandparents. In fact, your great grandparents to the 10th generation, they've told you stories about them and you didn't see them and you believe it. So, why is it difficult to believe that truly there was a generation in the past where He actually came? This man, Jesus, came and He was so perfect. 10 commandments. He did it. He fulfilled it. Even after fulfilling it, he was the only person, trust me, the only person that fulfilled that commandment. And then went ahead to die. Who even killed him? You and I killed him because human beings, I'm speaking to myself as well. Human beings can't wrap their head around someone being perfect, someone really being good 100%. Take, for instance, you have a friend or you're in a relationship and then you just see that this person is just really too good. You hate. I mean, I know it can't, it's just too good to be true. There are people who can be good. We know that nobody is good 100%, but then again, there are some people who actually can be good. Someone was asking me the other day, a friend, he said, NK, how is it that a woman gets a good man and then she just can't wrap her head around, appreciate the fact that he's a good man. He does everything for her, but yet it still gives him trouble. When I mean trouble, I mean you get up in the morning, sometimes you cook for her, you bring her breakfast in bed, you do her laundry, you still go out to do your normal job, your work, and you come back and you still give, and yet she can't even prepare basic meal for you. And sometimes she could just pick up a fight with the slightest of meaningless things and all that. And I told him that that's the world we live in. Story of our lives, women, not just women, even men that have good women and can't even appreciate a good woman that they have. I'm like, story of our life. It's just the way it is. It's the evil. It's not the way it shouldn't be the way it should be. But that's the evil that was introduced from our very four fathers and mothers. Abraham, Eve. The devil came and deceived Eve. Imagine God telling you, I love you both, leave here, don't eat this fruit. If you eat this fruit, you will surely die. He's telling you that to protect you. And then someone comes to deceive you and evil. It's not just someone, the devil. Although we still have devils today in our time, comes to tell you that, hey, why won't you eat that fruit? If you eat the fruit, you're gonna be like him. That's why he doesn't want you. Introduce a lie to you and then begin to question that love. Do you know that's what all this is about? Questioning of love. And that's how the devil sowed that seed of questioning love. So anytime you see something good, you just want to believe that, nah, it can't be good 100%. There must be something on that. There must be something. You go soon show yourself. You go soon show your bad side. And that's not true. That's really not true. There's some people that can actually love. There's some people that can actually be good 100%. There's some people that wants to give and just keep giving and not expect anything in return. Yeah, I know some people I give that and say that's a lie. That's not possible, but it is. I've met one or two of you, and funny enough, I fall in that category that damaged it because I just felt no, they just can't be this good. They can't just be given. There is something in return. They want something back in return. I take responsibility for it, but over time, I think I understand where that's coming from because of the past I've had. For heaven's sake, I have never had anybody in the past growing up. I've never been able to get things without them wanting something in return. People will always give me things and want something in return. Even in relationship, they're being nice to you. You think they're being nice to you. They want something in return. If it's in fact, the opposite sex is worse. These days now, they say it openly. Someone is nice to you, smiles to you, gives you a ride, and then next thing from the ride, they're asking you on a date, and you think it's just a very friendly date. From after the date, they want to get into bed with you. You see, it's the cycle of things. It shouldn't be so, but it's the way things are, but it is wrong. It is very wrong. That's the reason why I'm like, yes, this Jesus thing is a diehard thing. He's the only person that has been able to love us. We killed him. He came back to life. He resurrected and gave us life and restored our relationship back to God only if you believe that He loves us so much. Hey, can't wrap our head around it, right? That's why you see the world keep questioning it and they keep throwing things and keep telling that, how are you sure? How are you sure? How does he really exist? He does. He does. I struggled with it for a very long time until eventually I got broken on every side. Disappointed by parents, disappointed by friends, disappointed by loved ones, disappointed by the community I belong to. I'm sure you say when you feel it gets all that disappointment from everywhere, hasn't there been anything good? Of course, there's been good. There's been some people that were good, but because the disappointment outweighed the good, even the good, I made it bad. I didn't know how to appreciate the good that I had. I spoilt it. In fact, it was always, you know what? Anytime I saw things that were good coming to me, I just have a way of ruining it because there's just this sick There's just this sick thing in my head that like, nothing good really lasts. Or maybe this one is coming now. Oh, he's all nice. Oh, she's all nice. Hey, just wait till something's gonna happen, or one thing's gonna happen. Now she might just hate you and dump you, or he might just hate you and dump you. So because of that, when I see the things are going on well, after a while, I'll just on my own. It's always me that always wreck the relationship. I will find a way to spoil things. I'll do things or say things. I'll make them hate me, or do things that will just end the relationship. And I've moved on. It's just like, hey, today we're friends. Moving on, I've entered another relationship. I spoil the good that keeps coming. But thank God for Jesus. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. He took me through a process of reinventing me. It wasn't easy. I'm still in the process, but I am so glad. Ah, I am so glad I am not where I used to be. Hey, God, I'm so glad I'm not hateful. I'm so glad I can actually love. Yeah, I fell in love again. Probably to what some people will call wrong. Man, that's your problem. If you say it is wrong, who I fell in love with, that's their own cup of tea. But for me, the fact that I could actually fall in love, ha, it's a big deal for me, because that was the process of my being reinvented. I didn't have the capability to love anybody. Everyone that loved me, I always hurt them in return. So because of that, I stayed away from relationships. I don't stay long in relationship, for heaven's sake. I find it so hard. I run, and I run because I don't want to be hurt. So it's better I kaput, get out of the relationship before it. When I began to receive the love of Jesus now, when I shut down, when I got broken, when I returned back to just when I was at my lowest of moments, I stayed away from family, I stayed away from friends, I just shut everybody out. I avoided, stayed away from work, business, everything. I'm sure you say, how was I feeding? I really do not know. But what kept me going, thank God I still had that on my phone. Those period of just, I was actually waiting to die. I wanted to die. I really wanted. Tried the suicide. It didn't work. I tried. I really tried. I wanted to end it. But then again, the fear of actually committing the proper suicide, of drinking sniper or taking poison, the fear was, if you do it, you will go to hell. And I was like, I can't go through the suffering here in this world and still go back and suffer, die and go and suffer in the next world, hellfire. So you know what I did? I started exposing myself to harm, trouble, you know. I got so depressed that I could be walking on the streets and I'm lost. I just enter into the world of oblivion. Everything around me ceases. Do you know what it means you're walking? It was so bad that I walked and walked into the middle of the road, right to the middle of the road, and there was car hooting. I didn't get around, and I walked unconsciously. I knew I was suicidal, but I walked and I just lost it. I didn't get knocked down by a vehicle. Instead, there was this pulling of brakes. It took somebody that ran from the street to come and push me away from the center of the road. And that's how I was able to snap out of it. Now that's how far I went. That was how far it was crazy. Until this reinventing started. I was so hot and bitter. I lost hope. I lost everything in man, leaders, pastors, father, mother, uncles. If I can't even go to uncles and aunties, I beg. Friends. I started making new friends. I even went as far as making wrong friends. When I mean wrong friends, I mean wrong friends. Friends that you get into, take vices, just engaged in anything that was self destructive. God! And yet I didn't die. It was pretty me I didn't die. But now I'm thankful that I didn't die. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that for God so loved me. He was patient. Love is patient. He was patient. He was kind. He knew the pain I was going through. He was there from the beginning. He knew where it came from. He knew I just didn't. It was something I found myself in. But now that I think back, every step of the way, he was with me. He was the one taking me through those pains when I get hurt, when the rape came, when the assault came, when all that came, when you be used and dumped, when people you look up to, hurt you, when you've given your all, you serve and they promise to help you, only for you to give and keep giving. And when it's time for them to do what they do, they turn their back on you and begin to give you excuses and tell you that I have issues. Oh, sorry, I have these financial issues. Oh, sorry, and you're watching them doing their own thing, and you have given so much, you have served so much, and they're doing their own thing for themselves, and they're telling you they can't, and yet they made promises. Abba. It was so much to bear. It was just too much that I just felt the only way out was death. So if you think that's the only way out, please just stop. It's not. It's going to take to another eternal suffering that you would, that's a regret that you can't repent. So I'm only putting this video out there to just tell you that please have a rethink. There's someone else that can help you, which is Jesus. He helped me. He helped reinvent me. It's a long process. I'm going to talk about the process in subsequent videos, but I'm just being thankful. That's why I said this video is just to thank God. This is just a little bit of some of the things I've been through, but majorly some of the things I'm glad that when you didn't commit suicide, you know how it is. It's major for me. When if you're able to come out of depression, it's major. It's really major. It's something. So it's why I'm really thankful, really, really thankful that God was patient with me to reinvent me. I'm still being reinvented. I got so reinvented that I believed in love again. I fell in love again. And I was like, wow. I know in the process I kind of ruined it because I was loving who I was supposed to love anyway. But now that I'm out of it, I understand that process. Yeah. Don't let anybody judge you. Don't listen to anybody judge you. Your only judge should be God and follow God. I was being reinvented. I was going through a process. And if God took me there, it was a test. I passed the test and I failed the test in a way. Yes, because I got involved and did okay. As a Christ, as a child of God, there's certain things you shouldn't do. So in the relationship, there's certain things I did that I wasn't supposed to do. But see the love of God. See the love of God. Looking back, looking at what happened a few weeks or months, I found myself somewhere and they were just having this preaching. They just kept saying, and everything they were saying was like they were talking to me. And it was just a confirmation of things that were in my heart because I was really feeling bad. Because for heaven's sake, I've gone through a event. And yes, I'm falling in love. Because I started asking God, okay, why did you make me fall in love with this person? And I found out it was just a test. It was a test. Yes, God wanted to be sure that, yes, so I am receiving His love. And God wanted to show me that I was capable of loving somebody. And God wanted to show me that there are people out there that can actually truly love you without wanting anything in return. Because that was what amazed me in that relationship. I could relate to this person on a level that I didn't think that there was anybody you could relate to that way. When you share views, same opinions, same beliefs. It was amazing. So hey, I'm a human being, I'm bound to love, but and God, the funny thing, God was watching me the whole process. And I mean that hard person. Hey, if I love. Hey, I'm very possessive too, but even if the whole world is saying, this is bad, I'm like, hello, hold it, your own kettle of fish. Unless I say it's over, it can never be over. And I know God knew me. God knows. He knows after He made it that way. But then again, it was a process. It was a healing process that the Lord was taking me through. Is what I now discovered. And then it continued. And when it got to a point where I started feeling like there was just something wrong, you know. And that's because the other person too was also feeling, and amazingly, other person was feeling the same way. Tell me it's not God. I beg, all of you with your theological and your clerical thing, that's your problem. My own is I am following Jesus and I love Jesus, and He's the only one that can convict me, not you, not any man, because who made you man a judge? Well, that's your problem. So I found myself in a gathering after going through this process, when I was already beginning to talk to God. I said, Lord, this is happening. There's something just wrong. I think I know I've crossed the line. I wasn't supposed to cross a certain line, but and guess what? In the preaching there, that was the same thing the preacher was talking about, and it was just this revival and this reinventing. And I know God, and I knew I loved God, but because I had loved God and I knew I was going through a process and I knew He was the one taking me through the process, because I look back, I was incapable of love. I was incapable of relationship, for heaven's sake. I don't stay in a relationship for anything less than 3 months. I can't. I really can't. Then to now fall in love with somebody and be in a relationship longer than 6 months, it can only be God. It can only be God. And that's why I'm really thankful. So I found myself in that place, and they were preaching, and an altar call was made. I don't know how or what carried me, but I stepped out. Me, going out, answering altar call. First of all, what will go through your head is, you that you are born again. Are you not supposed to be born again? Are you not supposed to be a pastor? Are you not supposed to be this? You're answering altar call. So, hey, but it was me and my heart. It was me and God. The altar call came. It wasn't for salvation. It was for something that's okay. It was the same similar salvation that, okay, you want a change. You know that you've been involved in things that were not right. And you know you love God. And you know you're feeling His conviction. Come out, let me pray with you. And you will break free completely. And I did, because I knew that it's going to take only God to take away that love from my heart. It's only going to take God. He brought it there. Yes, yes, because I knew myself. He brought it. So it was a cry. I said, Lord, you have to take it away. If you say this is wrong, then you have to take it away from my heart. Then I found myself in that meeting. Then the altar call came and I stepped out. And ever since, no pain. That feeling is just, it's not a feeling. It's not like I hate the person now, but hey, what I'm trying to tell you is know God for yourself. Know Jesus. Get into a relationship with Him. Know Him one on one. Everything around you will shout and spell wrong. People will tell you you're wrong. People will judge you. You have to close your ears to them. They are not your God. That's why it's important to know God and have a relationship. What He tells you is what is important. What every other person will tell you will just be a confirmation of what He has said to you. Please trust me. I'm a living proof of that. I'm a living proof. So that's why I'm a diehard person. You cannot, as a person of authority, come and tell me certain things or try to judge me or try to say certain things to me, and I would listen. Please don't dare. If you do, the Lord is reinventing you. So if you go through that process, you will get yourself burnt. Don't come to me with that. So that's what I'm really thankful for. That process. The reinventing process is amazing. And you know what's beautiful? Having come out of all that, I feel peace. I feel joy. And my relationship with God is closer than before. Because that was how it was in January, the beginning of 2022. And somewhere along the way, I just knew that my relationship with God wasn't as sweet as. Do you know, it was. My relationship with God was as sweet as, when you say you feel butterflies in your stomach, that was how sweet it was. You wake up in the morning, in the middle of the night, and you're hearing, you're talking. God is talking. God talks to people. Believe me, He does. If I can say it, I know who I am. I know what I was like. And I'm here telling you that God talks. He talks. You need to get into a relationship with Him. It is possible. It is possible. It is not hard. a lot of pain, the depression you think you're feeling, the craziness you think you're seeing, it can go away if you get into a one-on-one relationship. I'm not saying there won't be challenges. There are challenges. For heaven's sake, I get broke. For heaven's sake, I have people hurting me. I have people gossiping, saying things they don't know anything about me, but they just go around saying certain things they don't know. I hear it. But do you know when I hear or I see the person, I found out the person that is saying it, unlike before, I would have gone out, all out to the person, on that person. Oh, I will fight with everything. I was like that before. I will fight secretly. I will fight openly. I could get physical. I could get verbal. God, I used to come at I could come at you seriously with everything. And you will even hate the fact that you got into a fight with me. But when I saw and I listened and I just heard what this person was just saying or several people were saying about me, all I could feel was pity. I felt sorry. And even me, I can't believe that I felt sorry. Because what did I see? All I could see was like, this person is hurt, is hurting. There is something hurting her. There is something hurting him. So it's coming from there's something in her past, in his past they're going through. There's some insecurity, there's some complex, there's certain things they're going through. So it's from there because they haven't strengthened or are not yielding to the voice of God, to the Holy Spirit, or strengthening their relationship with God. So they do not know how not to hurt other people. You don't give what you don't have. If you haven't received the love of Christ so much, it will be difficult to give the love out. And that's a fact. So whenever you see people hurting you, especially in your community or in places where you feel they should know better and they're not doing, please don't have so much expectation. We're all humans. They're dealing with things. They're dealing with things in their life. They're also going through a process that you are going through. Yes, I know that because you are suffering doesn't mean you should make the other person suffer. But then give people benefit of doubt. So me, I am thankful. This end of the year, I am thankful that I am not the hateful, bitter person that hates that 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 was unforgiving of her parents, that was unforgiving of her past leaders, that was unforgiving, that just nah. I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to have forgiven all. I'm happy to be able to love again. I'm happy to be able to believe in people again. I've been able to receive the love of Christ so much that I can actually be friendly with people and know that they're not being friends with me to get something out of me, or they're not showing love to me because they want to get something out of me. So I'm thankful to God. That's that's a major in my life. That's a major right now. It's a major. It's a major. It's a major. And I really, really thank God for taking me through this process and bringing me into this new community that He brought me into. Not everybody would like me there now because I don't really like everybody too either. God, please. But then again, not everybody will like you, but there are certain people that really like you. You might not know it, but in the little places, some unlikely people. Don't look for the happening people. There's some people on the ground. To you, they might feel insignificant, but they are significant. They like you, they love you. Receive the love and reciprocate it. Be nice. That's God sending them into your life. Don't don't have your eyes somewhere of a certain person to love you. No, look within. There's some people so close to you that you're not noticing. They care about you. They don't even want anything in return. They just genuinely care about you. So turn to them and reciprocate. And I thank God for helping me do that. I really thank God. So this video is just about acknowledging this and thanking God for taking me through this process and restoring my relationship back with Him. Ah, see, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I want to encourage you to do the same. It's there's so much hate out there. There's so much hate. And the hate is coming from what people are going through. There's so much hate out there. But the love of Christ does it all. It really does. Receive it. You have to receive it. It's you that can. God is so much of a gentleman. He can't force himself on you. If you don't actually deliberately go seeking Him Study the word, listen to messages, listen to good music, gospel music, inspirational music, music that will edify you. Yes, it's good to make noise and party, but you've been partying. Has that given you enough joy and peace? No, no. One-on-one relationship with God is important too. Not what one pastor tells you about Christ. Discover Christ yourself. All right? Have fun. Love God. I'm thankful to God. I am thankful. I'm grateful. I really am grateful. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube page. I'll be sharing my experiences. I'll be talking a lot more. And I'll see you again.